Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar playoff show, which, of course, just be called the Super Bowl special, which is what it is. A big 2-hour extravaganza today, and welcome to the show, brought to you by the Comedy Cellar. The Comedy Cellar, the greatest comedy club in the nation, which you can go to every night of the week down in the heart of the West Village in New York City. There's 4 rooms to see the best comics in the country, or you can go see Mark Coco Cohen in Las Vegas at the Rio Hotel, the Comedy Cellar, and brought to you by the Contender with a K, the app that you download and can have 24/7 uninterrupted sports talk and information. And as you know from last week, if you do download the app, take a picture of it, send it through DM on Twitter or email, you get a bottle opener, which could come in handy for, there it is. Beautiful. That is some bottle opener. That is special. And you can use it for the Super Bowl, which is, when is that? I'm kidding. It's Sunday. That would be really messed up if I didn't know. But yes, Sunday is, of course, the Super Bowl. And we have started this program in, I don't know, the beginning of September. I think this is our 22nd or 23rd show. I don't know, whatever. It's been every week. We haven't missed one goddamn week from the first week of the season to the last. And then, of course, next week to tabulate all of our results. And that would technically be the final show. And then we've decided, I think we're just going to continue because, you know, we like talking. We like talking to people in the chat room. And I guess we'll just see how that goes. And if people are into it, maybe we'll just keep going because I was planning on doing a March Madness thing anyway. And then actually a hockey and basketball playoff, even though everything with COVID just seems off. But, you know, out of COVID comes this show, and that's the most important thing, of course. We have a really good show planned for you today. I got a last-minute cancellation, unfortunately, from Colin Smith. You remember our friend who plays an unbelievable guitar and has an angelic singing voice. He won't be able to make it today, but we do have our friends Marina Franklin, the Roastmaster General Jeff Ross, Alon Altman, and Lacey, the puppet that makes picks, making a special appearance today, right out of Puppet Picks. It's going to be unbelievable. So, welcome to the show. Sit back, relax, enjoy the white noise of me talking for the next 2 hours. Me and Mike Suarez coming to you from Texas, where nobody from New York or Texas is playing in the Super Bowl. This is all Marcy Coomer's team, the Cincinnati Bengals. It's just so funny that somebody in the chat room all season, they're like, Bengals, Bengals, Bengals. And we're like, shut up. And now they might win it all. They might win it all. I kind of like it, but I guess we'll talk more about that later. Speaking of the Super Bowl and betting, there is a Mike. You're not in Houston, right? You're in like north towards the Austin area.
Yeah,
because I thought maybe you could have explained this more. There is a Houston furniture salesman. His name is Mattress Mac. I don't know what his real name is, but it's something real. But they call him Mattress Mac. It's like Mark Cohen is the Mattress King. And he is Mattress Mac, and he is a Houston furniture salesman. And every year he places humongous wagers on the Super Bowl, and this year was no exception. He placed $4,534,000 on the Bangles to win. That means it's the money line. He placed it on the Bengals without the spread. He's planning on them winning $4 million. And it is the largest mobile wager of all time. If he wins, because it's plus money, because there's a spread, he will win $7 million. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And the guy had to drive from Texas to Louisiana. Mike, is Texas not ready for mobile gambling?
No, they don't do that here.
Okay, so this guy had the same situation I was having until a month ago, where he had to drive from Texas to Louisiana, and he sat at a gas station. He pulled over at a gas station, and he made a $4 million wager on the Cincinnati Bengals to win the whole thing. I love that story because last year, that's exactly what I had to do. I got in my car. I had to go to the parking garage, get in my car, go to the gas station. No, the Quick Check, which was right next to the Meadowlands where the Giants and Jets play, and make my bets in this parking lot while it was cold outside. I didn't go to Hoboken. Then I took my car because it was way too cold. And I sat in the parking lot and made my bets for a lesser sum than $4 million. But I did the exact same thing. So I know what this guy's doing. And it's so annoying when your state doesn't have it. But it's just so funny to go to a gas station and make a $4 million bet on your phone. And that's the largest bet in history. Also, last year, he bet the Buccaneers. And, I don't think it was 4 million, but it was like 2 million. He likes making big bets just on the Super Bowl. And he works at a furniture store. That's why I was hoping, Mike, maybe you could tell me if you knew about this furniture store. Like, is this furniture store like the greatest store that's ever happened or something, that this guy has all this money?
Yeah, I've never heard of him, actually.
Mattress Mike. No, Mattress Mac.
Yeah, Mattress Mac. I know about Couch Kevin.
But I don't think he had. Couch Kevin doesn't sound like he has that much money. But
no, he only bets on low-level MMA fights.
Right. So anyway, speaking of betting in New York, for the first month of gambling, $1.6 billion came in for the first month of mobile sports gambling. And it just makes you, I've been talking about how Andrew Cuomo is a major tool for way before everybody knew that. When everybody was saying he's great, I'm like, he's a fucking idiot because he doesn't want to allow gambling. Now, I didn't really care for gambling either. I mean, yes, is it convenient for me? Do I have a problem? Yes. But I'm just saying, you got to be a fucking idiot not to allow gambling when there's this 1.6 billion in a month. This guy was stopping it. So he's obviously a moron. I think the state gets, I don't know, New York's weird, and there's some weird stuff going on, and they get a lot of that money, I believe. I don't think FanDuel gets as much as they do in other states. So that's what they were missing out on. This state that has a lot of money issues, they were missing out because Andrew Cuomo is a dick, which I can completely say now and nobody would stop me. Missing out 1.6 billion a month of extra income. And if they start allowing weed, this is going to be the richest state ever. Like Jersey. I mean, really, Jersey shouldn't have any money issues anymore between weed and gambling. That should be it. Or if Colorado has that right now, I mean, they have serious weed. But do they have gambling?
I think they have water issues there.
The what?
They have water supply issues there.
Is that true?
I think so.
In Colorado? I know nothing about it. Well, all I know is Andrew Cuomo sucks, and I've always hated him. I hated his dad, too. And I think they should rename the Mario Cuomo Bridge to something else, like the Dave Juskow Bridge. It's so obvious. Anyway, also, speaking of Cincinnati, I just heard that The Who had just made a date to play in Cincinnati on May 15th. The Who, the band, hasn't been in Cincinnati since the legendary 1979 incident where 4 people got trampled at the concert, which has now become kind of a joke. I mean, it's sad because people died, but I mean, that's been a running gag in like The Simpsons and like a whole bunch of stuff. Or I mean, it's a tragedy, but it's just stupid when people get stampled or stampeded at a concert. I think they've made fun of that at The Simpsons. I think they did it with Spinal Tap.
Yes.
But right?
Yeah.
But I remember when I was
out of WKRP.
Oh yeah, they didn't WK. Well, right, they had to. I guess they had to. Right, because I think that happened when WKRP was on the air. And I remember when I was in high school and it happened. Like I had friends that were doing the morning announcements and they made fun of it, and then they got in trouble. But I don't know why. It is hilarious. It was a first come first serve thing. I mean, that's how much people suck. And the nerve of these guys coming back 40 years later, like, is everything okay now? What a bunch of dicks. They should have come back that next year, taught everybody a lesson. Also, the Oscars were nominated today, and we're going to talk about that next week probably.
Mm.
And there's this guy in the Post, Johnny Olensky. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And he had a scathing article today on a new movie called Death on the Nile that was directed by Kenneth Branagh, which is just funny that to have this article out today where he's like, Kenneth Branagh sucks and this movie sucks and everything about it sucks. And the guy just got nominated for an Oscar for a different movie. But it's just kind of funny to rip the guy a new asshole when he just got nominated for an Oscar. But that probably just shows you that they ran out of people to nominate or something, because apparently this guy's just got a string of bad movies. I don't think anybody hates Kenneth Branagh as an actor or anything, but yeah, the one with Armie Hammer, Catalina. Yeah, the cannibalist. So, and it's with Gal Gadot. Yeah, exactly. So he says Gal Gadot cannot act without a magical lasso. Well, the funny thing is, Gal Gadot, and that's, scathing, but Gal Gadot can't act with a magical lasso, but no one cares. I'm going to go see that movie because Gal Gadot's in it. That's the way I judge movies. I will watch a movie with hot girls. I will see Kristen Stewart in a movie because I think she's sexy, but not when she cuts her hair short. Then I'm out. When it's longer, I'm all in. And she's not a really good actress, but it doesn't matter. She's hot. In my terms. I will also go see a movie where I find a man to be, well, I don't know whether it's attractive or just I'm in love with them. I've seen everything Christopher Reeve ever did because he was Superman. So I think I've seen anything Billy D. Williams did because he was Lando Calrissian. So that's how I judge movie watching. So I'll probably see this because Gal Gadot is the greatest. But boy, is she sexy. But I just like this article because he's throwing everybody under the bus, and then they all get nominated for Oscars. So I don't know what that means. Also, finally, before we bring in our good friend Marina Franklin, that girl Eileen Gu we were talking about last week, the American citizen who's playing for the Chinese Olympic team, and she just won a gold medal by doing the legendary double cork 1620. I don't know what that is either, but that's what she did apparently in this freestyle ski jump or ski, whatever the hell it is. I watched it. It's insane. I don't even know how you begin to know that you can do that. It's really like doing a triple Lindy. It's just a slope that goes completely down. You're not even using any poles. They said they just introduced the sport. I don't remember ever seeing it before. And apparently, I guess she's the what's that redhead kid that looks like Carrot Top, Sean White, right, of the skateboarding thing, and yeah, she did this unbelievable thing, and she got the gold, and it just pisses you off because she won't answer questions whether I don't know what the hell that means. What is that Spanish, Catalina? What the salto quadruple. Yeah, Barry's like, I miss old-fashioned barrel jumping. It's what she does. It's just a no. She won't answer the questions. A big press conference. Are you an American citizen anymore? Because if you are a Chinese citizens do not have dual citizenship, so you would have to relinquish your American citizenship. And if she's thinking of coming back here and just, taking the perks that America can offer. But not being a citizen, it doesn't seem very fair, does it? But she won't answer the question. But she's so hot, again, which is why I brought it up. Who cares? I mean, it's really not fair. She's a supermodel, and she's the best skier in the world, I guess. If you win the gold, you're the best in the world, right? It's like, for me, I only have my looks. So, I'm not an athlete. But it would be nice to be both. I just can't even, how does that even fair to have both and be a supermodel, like a true supermodel? She has a job as a supermodel for Victoria's Secrets, and she can also wins a gold medal in skiing. It's completely unacceptable. If we find out she can act, I'm just going to get angry. And of course, there's no competition for me, so I just don't care. It's just not. I feel like I'm hating. I'm hating. Well, why don't we? We're not going to take a break today, I don't think. So I think we'll just go on and bring in our first guest just for a few minutes because she's been kind enough to take the time out of her busy schedule. So let's just bring in my good friend and your good friend too now, Marina Franklin, everybody. Hello.
What up, son?
What up?
What up?
Yes, Marina, thank you so much for coming
What up,
in.
bitches?
Oh, it's not the kind of show this is.
Yo, shit. Yo, I'm so happy. I don't know why. I'm like horrible at doing that.
No, it's okay. It's Black History Month. I understand. You had to
It's
represent.
Black History Month up in this motherfucker. Hi,
Oh,
Catalina.
see, everybody's excited to see you today, as usual.
Catalina.
Catalina from Chile.
Yes.
Marina, are you? I guess you're at. You're just at home today.
Mhm.
What are your plans for? I'm just going to ask you right now, so I can write it down. What is your Super Bowl pick between the Bengals and the Rams?
Oh, is that who's playing?
Yes.
See, I like a good ramen. I really have not. You know me. I don't pay attention. I was like, oh, this Super Bowl Sunday. That's all I know.
Yeah, just choose.
But I guess I hear the Bengals a lot. I don't know why, but I feel like it's in the ether that they're supposed to win.
It does feel that way.
So I'm gonna go with the Bengals, even though the Rams sound fun.
Well, the thing about the Rams is,
tell us.
they're in Los Angeles, and even the people who live in Los Angeles don't care about the Rams. If they really cared about the Rams, they would have had. Remember, the Rams did. Los Angeles didn't have a football team there for the past 20 or 30 years. No one cares. You know how it is in LA. They don't care. They don't have time for nonsense. So, but Cincinnati has a major rabid fan base.
So who are you going with? Have you said yet?
I haven't said yet, but I'm really feeling the Bengals.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's
feeling.
the fun one. That's the fun one to go for.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go for the fun one, the Bengals. Is that their name again?
Yeah.
It's like sounds like
song, Walk Like
sounds
an
like a
Egyptian.
oh yeah, Walk Like an Egyptian.
What are you gonna do for Super Bowl Sunday? I mean, I'm talking about people that don't care about football sometimes do stuff for Super Bowl Sunday. Do you have any plans?
I have no plans, which is the best plans to have.
I agree 100%. Last year I watched.
No, go ahead. Oh, look at you.
Last year I watched the Super Bowl.
I've taught you well. You're like waiting for me to talk. Ooh,
of course.
Jessica.
You have taught me well.
Learning.
Last year I think I watched the Super Bowl right here in my house by myself, and it was great. I've never watched a Super Bowl where I could hear like the commentary and stuff like that. I've always been at a bar or somebody's house where I'm not paying attention. It was kind of
really
fun to watch
funny how that works. Like I have always been somewhere in the past where the Super Bowl is on. I'm not watching anything, but as soon as that a halftime comes on, all of a sudden I'm watching it. No matter where I am, I get it. I'm like, how did I land where I'm actually watching this part?
Because the whole world is. It's exciting, everybody's going to talk about it the next day. It's not like any other sport. This is a big, big deal. And the other sports, it's best out of 7.
I say we bring back Janet Jackson's nipple for Black History Month.
See, that's why you have to watch it, because you never know when there might be a nip slip.
They don't know it, but she kept them alive. That nipple slip kept everyone just hanging on their seats for action.
You are absolutely correct. And the worst part is that it kind of ruined her, and it's a joke that it ruined her. I mean,
she says she's over it. She doesn't
care.
Yeah,
she's over it, but it didn't. It like you never heard from her again after that. And she's so multi-talented.
Yeah, but she says she's good friends with what's his face?
Justin Timberlake.
See how he did that?
I don't blame him. Nobody blames him.
She doesn't blame him. She says everybody just move on.
Well, right, but I still think it ruined her career in a way, or derailed it a little bit. And can you imagine?
Did you see the documentary? I don't have.
I'm dying to see it because
it was network or whatever. I don't.
Yeah, right. That's the problem. It's on a weird network. It's not on it should be on HBO because I'm dying to see it.
I think they used it so that we would stream their network.
What was it on, like Lifetime or something? It's not something weird.
Lifetime, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, wait, is this a real documentary? Because it's on Lifetime. It's not on HBO or even ESPN at this point. I'm getting upset because I don't know whether it's real or not. Okay, let's just get into it being Black History Month. Your thoughts on Aquafina's black scent?
Oh, that's right. I missed this whole thing. I saw snippets of it. In the past, I've seen her do it, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, is she doing a black voice, or is that
Queen.
her voice, or
Yeah.
is that it depends. You know what happens? It's not so much that we're bothered by it, than the fact that she gets more credit for doing the voice than we get the credit for, and I think that's where the problem lies, is like that K-pop group. They're doing like definitely like Michael Jackson moves, black moves, and they get more credit for doing what we kind of introduced them to, or but in New York City, I don't know where she's from. I don't know who she hangs
I
out
think
with.
she's from Queens.
So she probably talks
Hence
like
the show
that.
Nora from Queens.
So, if the problem always comes in if someone's not authentically that type of person. So if she's not authentically like that and she's just doing it for like the sake of Hollywood, then yeah, it's a problem. But if that's who she is, like, I don't know her. And I think that's the main problem with all of this of anyone talking about anyone, is you don't know her.
Well, I'm a big fan of hers, and it's probably because she does that accent or whatever it is. I find it funny. I never thought of it as, I guess, being black until it's been mentioned, but I
I've
guess
always
it
noticed it.
is.
I've
But
always
there's so many white folks that do that. Usually see boys doing. Well, I guess I've never seen a girl do it. Maybe that's what makes her interesting, especially being Asian. But you do see, I mean, nowadays in the 90s it started happening where, white people were picking up
It's
the
exotic for her to do it.
yeah. But
You
I
you know what
find
I'm
it to be
saying?
funny, I guess, because I wonder if I thought maybe she was making a joke. Maybe I thought, oh, she's making fun of black people. Do you think I
Well,
thought that? I don't
that's bad.
no, I don't know.
I
She
think
was so
that's the
good in Crazy
thing.
Rich Asians.
It's like I think people crave for people who are authentically funny. And I think that's where it becomes like, are you using a part of someone's culture to boost your own career? So that's the question, right?
Yeah,
Are you
interesting
authentically
though.
are you funny without doing a black voice? If that is your voice, and if that's how you grew up and that's how you talk to your girls and that's who you are, then I don't have a problem with it. But I don't know her, but I did notice it right away. But I'd hate to attack someone based on the fact that I don't know how.
Right, you don't know her from the beginning. Right. Did
I
she
don't
use
know
this
her.
just as does she go home and be like, Marina, when I first started using the voice, I
I mean,
was at
there's
odds.
I mean, look, there are some black artists, comedians who do a black scent. My whole joke when I first started,
Yeah, that's
shake
my
a
favorite.
dang dang. That whole joke was created based on the fact that I used to do that because I knew it sold. People laughed. People thought it was funny, but it's not me. And down the road, when you find out that's not who a person is, you find out they're not really being true to their own sense of comedy. So that's a deeper way of going at it, but I had to stop doing that cuz guess what? Black people know if even you're black and you're doing a black voice and that's not you.
Right.
So I did that one time in Brooklyn. I was like, "Hey y'all." And they were like, "Does she know who she is?" It kind of comes across as you don't know who you are
Hmm.
and you don't trust your own dynamic.
But like I said, I mean, I watched that Nora from Queens too. I'm a really big fan of hers, and
Mhm.
I never heard of her before. I think Saturday Night Live when she hosted, and I thought she was pretty good. But that's the question. Yeah, I don't. My guess is she talks like that all the time.
I don't
Like if we
know. It'd
hung
be
out with
interesting.
her. But it would be great. I used to have this joke, and I can't do it anymore, of course. But years ago, when I was
Oh.
talking, yeah, it's gonna be bad. I was talking about that girl
Uh-oh.
from The Facts of Life, Jerry Jewell or something, and and the joke used to be like, She plays a, well, what do you call it now? I mean, it used to be called
Challenged.
mentally challenged, right? The phrase, and she's like, Blair, can you tell Tutti to help Mrs. Gow? And she would talk this way. And the joke, I'm like, I met her, terrific person. And I was like, boy, I really love what you do. You're terrific. And she'd be like this, officer. Hey, thanks a lot. When you stick with the character, you make it work on your own terms. And that's why the big laughs. But, because I thought she was just faking it to, be on TV. But it's
Look,
always
black people are, everyone who does black, but gets a lot of credit for it. Like black culture. A lot of people use black culture, but don't deal with black people. And I think that is essentially the problem. Is like you're benefiting from a culture you don't even trust or talk to. So again, I don't know Aquafina. Isn't that a water?
Yeah, I know. It sounds delicious.
So I don't know her. So I would hate.
So you've never seen Crazy Rich Asians, the greatest movie ever?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not into watching Asians being rich. I'm interested in Asian true stories about Asians, which I just had this. Not to promote my own podcast, but I had
was going to do it anyway.
I had Kenny Liu, who is in a movie. It's a serious movie. It's called A Shot Through a Wall, which is about an Asian police officer who shot accidentally a black man through the wall, that a bullet that ricochets and goes through the wall. He's such a great actor, and he mentioned that on the show. Coming from him, he says, as much as I like to show like us being rich, I also like to see true stories about the struggles that we have. And that's what I've always been attracted to whenever I watch The Red Lantern, Young Zumu. I think that's his name.
Marina, if he was such a good actor, why wasn't he in Crazy Rich Asians? You see, that's the catalyst.
See, that's the problem. I think that there's more stories.
In that movie, and then I'll take him serious.
I think seeing Asians as being rich is part of the problem that I have.
I guess it's just one movie, and they do call them crazy, so that's pretty good. But I'm telling you, she was really good in that. But she was definitely. Now that I think about it, I never thought about the black thing before.
Was she doing it in that?
Oh, she was definitely doing in that. Like she was like, I know. Like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, she's like, oh, you look good. You look like an Egyptian prince. I did that. I'm not doing it.
But here's the thing is like, who finally called it? She's been doing it for this.
I don't know. Yeah, she's been doing it for like 5-6 years. I don't know.
What took them so long to go, hey, maybe you want to.
They seem to also wait till Black History Month too. So well done. On timing.
And it's always like I feel bad because I think it's part of like when people are successful, they'll just try to pick you apart for everything that you're doing, so I like that's why I hesitate to trash her because I think she's a lovely character. I watched her in it's not Marvel, it's the action hero, really great.
Shang-Chi.
Thank you.
Oh, I never got to see. Wait, isn't that the guy from Crazy Rich Asians? Who's the lead in that? What is his name? Henry Golding?
I don't know.
But
I'll tell you what, it's great. Say that the title of again.
Shang-Chi.
I like the way your announcer said it.
That's Mike.
Come in again, Mike. Say it again.
Shang-Chi.
Oh.
Shang-Chi.
Just
he says it sounds delicious too.
He's appropriated. No, look at that. But what's funny is you never find out like a black woman is appropriating like Asian culture. You never hear that story. But wouldn't it be great?
Yeah. Oh, Henry Golding. Oh, I was right. Yeah. So look, they work together again then. How do you like that?
No, well, it was Simu Liu who played Shang-Chi.
Oh, I was just talking. So anonymous, you're just saying Henry Golding was in Crazy Rich Asians, but
yes,
a different guy was playing. Now look, I'm completely racist.
Now I know I'm unpopular for being like I didn't really watch Crazy Rich Asians, but it was just something in me that just knew.
I'm crazy.
No, it was a very popular. People loved it, and good for you.
I've seen it like 100 times. I don't know why.
I saw it in the movie theater. People like seeing like. Fancy life, rich life, Bollywood rich life. But I love seeing like some real stories with some real struggle.
I like the exact opposite. That's why Clueless is my favorite movie. It's all about rich people. That's why, I like the honeymooners, but I've never liked the honeymooners because they are too poor, and it is bothersome.
That should be your album cover. Clueless Honeymooner. That should be your
Indeed.
next album.
That's not a bad idea. I don't want to keep you.
Oh,
I do
okay.
appreciate you coming on.
I had a great time.
Marina has an unbelievable podcast that's just always kicking ass called Friends Like Us. We also, me and her friend Evelyn, are always on Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m.
But
Is
not
that
this
what-
Saturday.
What?
Sorry to
You
announce
didn't tell
it.
me that.
I
What?
forgot. I'm on the road and I forgot. I'm going to be in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania this Saturday at the Steel Stacks.
Yes, I was just going to
Yes.
say that. But wait, what's happening over this? Maybe I don't know. I could make it. No, but thanks for letting me know now. But yes, normally we're on at 3:00 on Saturdays on I guess on Facebook and YouTube. Is that what it is? And
It's on all the live streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.
oh, nice. Yes, but Marina, this Saturday, the Saturday before the Super Bowl will be at Steel Stacks at Arts Quest in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. That's the day before the Super Bowl. That's how I judge things. That is the 12th. And then at the McCarter Theater in Princeton, New Jersey on Friday, February 25.
And can I just say, you have to check out this Friends Like Us episode because we also have Christina Anthony, who is in the Netflix show The Woman Across from the Girl in the Window.
Kristen Bell.
She plays opposite of her as the black cop. It's great. She's so funny in it.
And she's on your podcast this past episode.
This one that's coming out
Oh,
tomorrow.
the one that's coming out. And it comes out on Mondays, right?
It comes out tomorrow. It's going to be live with Kenny Liu, who I was just mentioning. He's a rising star, Asian star, and Christina Anthony. Both amazing. She was also in Blackish, Mixedish. She was in Key and Peele. They're both. It's a great
Does
episode.
she ever do any white movies? Thank you.
That one, The Woman Across the Street from
Right, with
the
Kristen
Girl
Bell,
in the
whitest
Window.
of all white.
Mm-hmm.
Anonymous says go to Yoko's Hot Dogs in Allentown because that's your cup of tea.
I'm vegan, so I'll look at it and I'll be judgmental. I'll judge everyone for shoving a hot dog down their throat.
Well, Marina and I had some great shows in Bethlehem almost 2 years ago before COVID started when we were at that casino opening for Sarah Silverman. That was super fun. Oh my God, that was so much fun in the car that time.
Fun.
Oh, you're having a good time.
I know. Jessica was having a fun time in the back seat. He was like, "Oh, look at that! Oh my God, I didn't even know they had that over there." I was like, "Oh, look, who's
no
having a good time?" Huh?
No one cared. I know. Well, anyway, Marina, thank you so much for joining, and have a great show on Saturday. I guess I'm not going to see you this week, but at least I got my fix of Marina for the weekend.
Aw, we all love you. Thank you, Jessica. Bye,
Happy
everybody.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Marina Franklin, everybody. Marina
Marina.
is the absolute best. And if you haven't seen her do stand-up comedy, you owe it to yourself to go see her. She's like one of my favorite stand-up comedians. If we weren't friends, I think I would go to see her. Like I'd go travel to see her. She's really, really good. And it's funny because, sometimes when somebody's your friend, you say to yourself, well, they're just my friend. I just like them as a person. But then when you actually sit down and you see them do like an hour, you're like, damn it, I am impressed by my friend. So it's Marina Franklin, and she picks the Bangles. And we'll, of course, talk about that later. So why don't we bring in our next guest, who a lot of you in the chat room might be familiar with, is my co-host on the Billy Joel podcast. Everybody, welcome Alon Altman.
Hello, David.
You doing a little day? That's Sammy Hagar.
No, that was the Big Bopper.
Oh, I was thinking of Sammy Hagar in the opening of 5150.
Oh, he's doing a Big Bopper also.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us today. What is that you're wearing? Is that a hooded?
It's a hooded sweatshirt because I'm trying to look younger.
Oh,
that's what the kids are wearing.
Yeah, nice. Marcy's saying, Alon. She's very excited to see you.
Hey, Marcy.
And, Catalina are here.
What up, Catalina?
Today, My Life came out on our podcast, Billy Joel.
My
Life. And we recreated the Bosom Buddies opening, which was very exciting.
I keep re-listening to it. It makes me so happy to hear that. It's such
Me
a corny
too.
opening.
I like the music in the background. It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I just saw your video today with the swipe thing. It's really well shot. Would you just do that on a camera?
No, we had a 3-person team.
Good. Because I was going to say, if you did that on a camera, it's just unfair.
No, it was super professional. So Matt Salacuse and I created this thing, but he put it all together and got this great crew. And we had a 3-camera shoot. We had professional editing. We had a colorist so that each camera looks the same.
Wow.
I didn't know these things existed even.
It looks amazing. It's so good. And they didn't mind you shooting in the subway?
No one cared. And even though we had
amazing?
Mark Normand is dressed as a cop and we saw real cops and they didn't even care that there was a fake cop.
That's amazing. I think every shoot I've ever done, they always kick me out. I've always gotten unlucky.
What we had was some of the homeless people would come over and be like, is this for TV? Are we famous right now? And we were like, well, kind of for YouTube.
I asked Mark Norman to do the show today, and he told me to go fuck myself.
That is so him.
Well, he told me you were going to be on, and he got angry. Did you do something?
We're feuding now.
You what? You're feuding?
We're feuding, yeah.
No, he shoots his podcast with Sam on the same day.
Oh, okay.
So that is the issue. But anyway, thanks for coming on. I think, why don't you stay on while we look at some slides? Are you good for that?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Little commentary action?
Sure.
Good. Let's see what we've got here. We'll start with this. Everybody can see?
There's a guy skiing on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. And Mike, it's on, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, this was the snowstorm that happened last week in New York. Guys skiing on the Brooklyn Bridge. It seems ridiculous, but who brings that? What was this guy doing?
There's always someone. They like to cross-country ski in Manhattan just to show that they own skis.
Yeah, well, it was that snow covered, I guess, but right. I mean, it's I don't know. It bothers me when I see people like that. I don't know why.
How does he get up the up part? Because to get onto the bridge, there's a pretty steep incline.
That's what I'm saying.
On skis?
Well, I don't know. Have you been watching the Olympics? Not that anyone has. The ratings are going through in the toilet.
I watched 30 minutes of curling. That's it.
For real? You're kidding, right?
Oh. Mixed doubles curling.
Yipes. But when you see them come off the slopes, they can unbuckle those skis so fast. That used to take me hours to do, to put them on and then get them off. That's where those guys, that's where the contest should be. They should have a contest of who's the best at taking their skis off and on.
Yeah, it's like when you see Forrest Gump cleaning and undoing his rifle really fast. That's the competition.
Right. And Catalina just said, Barry, if he missing his rifle, you're talking about, this guy, right? Or are you talking about me when I had my rifle? Oh, I got to show that video.
Oh, so because Barry said he's not doing the biathlon.
Ah, right. Okay. That's the part I missed. That's something I always like to see, but then I always think of that movie For Your Eyes Only. And Barry says in New York City, they use handguns as for the biathlon. It's funny. This is the old State House in Boston, same weekend. The reason I like this picture is because if you take out kind of this street light here, it really looks like it would have looked like maybe in the 1700s.
There's also a car in the back, and there's tall buildings.
I didn't notice that part.
You're like, but if you cropped in really close, only on the building.
This must have been like you could picture John Adams walking around here and stuff like that. I don't know. I like that stuff.
Do you know how deep the snow was there? It was so deep, that's actually a 20-story building.
No, I did not hear about that. Yeah. Wait, that's deep. That's deep, I tell you.
I tell you, it's real deep out there, real deep.
It looks so cool, though. I don't know why. I like that kind of snow. Now, this is at Dallas, Fort Worth. Mike, did you get snow like this?
Yep. I was there. I was up in Dallas this last weekend.
Oh, good move. Yeah, this is in Dallas, Fort Worth. And the reason I put it in is because I don't know if you listen to my podcast this week that just got on the city. I was talking about how I applied for a job at United Airlines. As actually, I have the thing here. They call it a ramp service employee, but what it is a baggage handler. And I just happen to have the thing on my side. It says, this is what if you're applying. Have you ever wanted to get up close to an Airbus or Boeing airplane? Are you an outdoors type who enjoys all kinds of weather? Do you like physical work that keeps you fit? You're a great candidate for a role as a part-time ramp agent. And then it says / baggage handler. That's what it is.
But you're like 0 for 3 on those things.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you see this picture, who's going to want to do that?
Yeah. But props to the sky chefs. They're like the mailmen, you know, rain, sleet, snow. They're out there doing their thing.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what they say. You have to be there for any weather. So, and this, I was like, this is in Nantucket, and there's flooding, right? So they're flooding, and then it's snowing. I mean, that's a bad day in Nantucket. I'd never seen both. I thought it floods after it warms up.
Well, it could flood, I guess, if there was rain earlier, it floods, and then it gets a little bit colder, it snows. It would be cool if this turned to a river of ice.
Yeah, I know, but it's I don't know what it's. Oh, what did I do?
How deep can it be though? Like they're in a boat, but I feel like it's like 6 inches deep. You could see the bottom of the light post.
Sorry, wait, I have to reshare again. Sorry, Mike, I'm back.
Got it.
There it is.
Um,
You see that? You could pretty much see the ground here. It's like there's that famous news clip of a lady like in a flood being like, it's crazy out here, it's deep water. And then you see some guy in the background just like walking normally.
That's what I see in that Woody Allen movie, Rainy Day in New York, where it's clearly not raining in New York. You can see the sun, but the movie is making it rain just in certain sections.
Yeah.
This was ice fishing in Minnesota. And they it looks like a tailgate, but it looks like the worst tailgate ever.
Because all they have to eat is fish.
They're sitting over a hole. And the worst part is I think you have to wait for a boat to take you to off the wherever you're fishing to.
Oh, really? I've never gone ice fishing, but it looks
Well,
fun.
no, why would you? You grew up in Manhattan.
But I like fishing, so that seems cool to me to cut a hole because the fish are starving down there, so you know they're gonna bite your worm.
Really?
I think. What else? What do they have to do down there?
I don't know.
Play cards.
Oh yeah,
What?
they could do that.
What'd you say, Mike?
Play cards. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of fish solitaire. Some of them play spades. Good times.
So this is the weirdest, in Pittsburgh on Friday, this bridge collapsed, but it was just before President Biden visited Pittsburgh to talk about the nation's infrastructure. It's almost as if somebody planned it, like it's just so weird. But here's the worst part is that you see this over here, I think, this bus
Yeah.
ends up, I guess it fell over. And it's like, what's worse if you have to take a bus in Pittsburgh, and you need to take a bus that you can afford a car or have a car in Pittsburgh, and then the bus falls off a bridge. Like, God might think you're a bit much. Somebody's out to get you.
It looks like the tram on 59th Street to Roosevelt Island.
It does look like that. But I just feel like, this would be the worst day. Like, I'm like, I got to take the bus today. And then, of course, it falls into a ravine. That's like, then I just wake up. I'd be like, that's just perfect.
It'd be funny if the people were still in there. Like, they've been waiting for hours.
Then
And
Barry
they just get lifted by the crane.
Gary has the caption, sir, I didn't get my transfer. And as you know, Groundhog Day was February 2nd, and the groundhog saw a shadow, and this is as we know, Puxatawny, as you know from the movie. And what, of course, makes me angry is, I'm really not doing that much these days. And, I'd like to do a little bit more creative stuff. And this fucking groundhog gets an interview on TV.
And he kind of looks like you.
No, he doesn't. How dare you? Take it back.
And all he did was talk about the flat Earth.
That groundhog is a real troublemaker.
He's like, how could I see my shadow if the earth was round? It doesn't make sense.
How's he talking into that microphone? What's he got to say? Now, that is WTAJ, which is the Altoona station. But I was looking it up, because, of course, from the movie. And you see, there's Puxatawney, and here's Altoona. It's about an hour and a half away. And that's the station that gets the up front with Punxsutawney Phil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Pittsburgh, as we see in the movie, is also about an hour and a half away. I don't understand why Pittsburgh didn't have the exclusive.
It's a good point.
And why does Altoona get the exclusive with Punxsutawney Phil?
And in the movie, wasn't Phil Connors from Pittsburgh, a Pittsburgh station?
So that's what I'm saying. So Phil Connors drove all this way from Pittsburgh to Punxsutawney.
The bridge was out.
Because of the snow? Are you talking about, are you going back to when the bridge was out before?
So I'm at their infrastructure.
Oh, that's why Pittsburgh didn't get the exclusive. Excellent. Well done. Sorry about that. I thought you were talking about the movie and I was getting confused. But here's the weird part. You ready for this? This is Channel 9 Pittsburgh, which Phil Connors worked for in the movie Groundhog Day, right? Channel 9 Pittsburgh. This is their actual site. I looked it up, right? Channel 9 Pitt, and I don't know whether it was WBPH in the movie, but it was Channel 9 Pittsburgh. And as you can see, I saw local news, right? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe this is a joke site that they have a Channel 9 Pittsburgh. But then I looked up the top stories, and they were all up to date. Michaela Schifrin and the slalom, and that's the Dolphins hire the head coach. So I knew this was up to date, right? First of the top stories. And then even the sports stories, I saw everything was, for real. Because I thought it was a joke. Because if you look at the weather right here, it says weather with Phil Connors.
It is. I think it's a joke and real.
I didn't Photoshop that.
Wait, did you?
I swear to God, when you go to Channel 9 Pittsburgh, that's what comes up for the weather.
This site is so bad, though. It looks like it was made in the year that Groundhog Day was made.
That's true. It does look. It does.
And they
look
spelled
like
Pittsburgh wrong. Pittsburgh Reaction on the left doesn't have the H in it.
Oh my God, you're right.
What is this?
What do you make of that? That's so
weird.
weird.
It's a fan site.
Yeah, I think it's a fan site that's taking like a news feed, so it has
Oh
like
my
real
God,
headlines.
that's so funny. I didn't even see that. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, you're right. It's got to be a joke site then, I guess, right? But who would go to so much trouble? Well, I guess I would. Apparently, I have a lot of free time. I'm keeping with the weather. This is a kid in Turkey. It's called Van Turkey.
Oh yeah, that's like a sequel to Van Wilder.
Yeah, that's right. And this kid is their house is buried in snow, and he's carrying a goat. He's obviously a goat herder, like in Coming to America, when he tells people he's a goat herder. But what does that mean? 2 CBS, 4 ABC, 11 NBC.
There is no Channel 9.
Oh, come on. There isn't?
No.
Well, I didn't know. We have a Channel 9 here, so I just thought it was. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I fell for that. Well, why would they have updated? Why would they upkeep it?
to fool
this
you.
Moment right here. That's why.
Damn it. Anyway, at first the kid's smiling, so it's not a big deal that their house is completely covered in snow. But don't feel bad for him because this is the way it usually looks where they live. So
is he in that town or is he up on top of the mountain?
That's a good question, but who cares, right? How beautiful is that in the summertime? That's gorgeous. That's why I like it. Oh, so this is a Saudi tour bicycle race where Alana and I would not be able to race. But in Saudi Arabia, this is they have a bicycle race. It's a tour, like they have like a the 5-city bike tour or whatever here. And they're going past this ancient tomb, so it's kind of fun. It's something I wouldn't mind doing because you get to go past all these things, And then I saw them going past this, And I thought this was photoshopped, but it's not. This is also in Saudi Arabia, but do you recognize where this is from, where I thought it was from in America? Does anyone know?
I thought it was Pikes Peak.
What's Pikes Peak?
It's a peak that looks like that in the.
Does
in
anyone
America.
in the chat room know what I think this is? It's the It Should Know, for sure. Does anyone know? I'll give you a little bit more. That's the actual thing I was talking about. Anyone know? Devil's Tower, Barry, that is correct. That is correct. Devil's Tower, right? You might recognize it from these mashed potatoes, or who is making the mashed potato tower, because you might recognize the mountain from this. It's the Close Encounters mountain. Good one, Spot Center.
Did you know that there's some conspiracy theorists that believe that all of these kind of rock formations are just giant ancient trees? They think they're all tree stumps.
Oh.
It's like the flat earthers have moved on to even more stupid things.
Well, I could see that.
It looks like it.
It does. It definitely does look like it. It was maybe like what's that movie? Gulliver's Travels. You know. Oh, Catalina, what's the name in Spanish for Close Encounters? Anyway, so there's the classic Spielberg-esque scene from Close Encounters of the Third Kind with that little boy. As you can see, it's in Utah. I didn't know that. And here's that kid with Spielberg, obviously having the time of his life. The question is, what happened to that kid?
Yeah.
Kid, Carrie Guffey. Well, encuentros cercanos de tercer tipo.
That sounds right.
Third Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Encuentros cercanos. Anyway, this is what he looks like now.
Wow, it's like Shane Gillis lost some weight.
And the best part is he got out of the business. He works at PNC Bank.
You could get him on this show.
Yep, I totally could. That's this kid.
He can get you into a new home.
Yeah.
And look at this guy. And this kid's so smart, because the last movie he did after Close Encounters was Stroker Ace with Burt Reynolds. And even he was smart enough to realize, I got to get out of this business. This movie stinks. It ruined Burt Reynolds' career. Too many racing car movies. You're with Lonnie Anderson, who's a TV star. That's never going to help.
Is that how they met?
No, I think they were already dating.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that your best pal is Jim Neighbors in the movie. And his love interest is Elvira. This is not a good film.
Strange casting choices.
And the worst part is
Vincent too.
that who?
John Michael Vincent.
Oh, he was in it too?
Yeah.
Also, Parker Stevenson was in it too. This is the guy that left Baywatch after the first season like a moron. The other thing is Burt Reynolds decided to do this movie instead of Terms of Endearment, in which Jack Nicholson got the part and won an Oscar. Thank you. How
What
about
could
that?
have been?
Oh, Devil's Tower's in Wyoming. It says Devil's Tower's in Wyoming. That makes sense.
I would love to see that version of Terms of Endearment
With Burt Reynolds?
because it still would have been directed by Hal Needham.
Oh God, right. Well, he would have insisted on that car scene on the beach. They probably would have taken it out like, we can't have you in a car. We cannot have you in a car.
It would have had the same cast as Stroker Ace.
Yeah, just replace the entire.
Right. Oh, you're right. Hal Needham ruined Burt Reynolds. So he did Stroker Ace, 2 Smokey and the Bandits. I think he appears for a second in Smokey and the Bandit 3, 2 Cannonball Runs.
First
what
Smokey and the
else?
Bandit's a good movie.
Oh, Jan Michael Vincent was the bum in the Hooper, the stuntman movie, right? I
Oh
know he
yeah, I'm
was in the-
sorry. I got it confused. Sorry. You're
Right. So you're getting the Burt Reynolds movies confused where he's driving in a car. It's not your fault. He really messed up. He could have had it all. Burt Reynolds was the coolest for a long period of time.
I think in Boogie Nights he had a cool car also, although it wasn't really part of his character.
No, it wasn't.
It's just in his contract.
Plus, he was a passenger too. So, just as long as we're here, let's just take a quick look at. Why not? As long as we're here, just so you know, I'm sharing my screen again, Mike.
Got it.
Just really quick. The Puppy Bowl is Sunday as well. So maybe we should just go over the starting lineup before we call it a day. I mean, before we go into the next hour. This is Team Fluff. His name is Dinozo. He's a Basset Hound Shih Tzu. I can't decide who to bet on. That's why I'm trying to go over it. This is Marlowe. He's a Siberian Husky. He's on Team Rough. This is Marshall. Marshall was the MVP last year for Puppy Bowl 17.
How's he still a puppy?
Well, he's this. That was last year.
Check his papers.
Yeah, it's like a Little League World Series.
Danny Almonte.
This is Moby. He's on Team Rough. He's a French Bulldog. This is the starting lineup of the Puppy Bowl. Oh, beautiful Corgi. Nugget. Team Fluff. This is Snowball.
I think Team Rough is built for the sport. Team Fluff is all looks.
This is the Chihuahua Miniature Pinscher. I don't know how you pronounce it. This is Squeak from Team Fluff as well. You're right. Well, this
guy can't run.
No.
He was born yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also on Team Fluff. A lot of Team Fluff.
And that's an Australian Shepherd. That's not. He doesn't even play American rules football.
That's a Border Collie Dachshund. Dutch.
Okay, fine. He's German.
I love that dog. Spud Center says my dog king is Team Rough. Free bandanas of either team when you buy Grounds and Hounds coffee. That's a poodle miniature American Shepherd. He's on Team Rough.
He looks like my old lawyer.
His name is Surf. And that's a pit bull terrier. I don't care for pit bulls, but if I'm betting, I'm going to bet on Tara for a good touchdown, maybe a late touchdown and a score.
Yeah, this one's twice the size of all the other puppies.
Barry said that this one was the kicker. Good one, Barry. And this is the last one, Wes. Golden Retriever Chihuahua, Team Fluff. Who doesn't love the goddamn Puppy Bowl? It's the best. I've been watching it for 17 years. In fact, I was one of the people that I think bought it into, that everybody would know about it. It was nonstop, all about the Puppy Bowl.
Were you betting on it?
Of course I was betting on it. I've been betting on everything I could since 1994.
What about the Bud Bowl? Did you ever bet on the Bud Bowl?
No. Well, Alon, that's it for today with you.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. What is your pick? So I can put it in later.
I'll take the Bengals.
All right.
I want to root for the underdogs.
And what are you doing on Super Bowl Sunday? Are we watching together? Maybe?
We'll talk about that, maybe, because I don't think we have plans.
Alon and I are going to see Paul Lauren at the City Winery on Saturday night. We love him from the Billy Joel podcast. He's an outstanding musician, and I love doing stuff the night before the Super Bowl. I can barely stand it, but it is always exciting, and it's hard to take. It's like Christmas Day the next day. So, Alon, what do you got coming up? You got shows?
Yeah, I got headlining, etc., on February 18th at 9 p.m. It's in Midtown Manhattan. I don't know how to get tickets yet, but that's a thing. If any of you guys are in Boston, I'm headlining Nick's.
Wait, aren't I on that show with you?
You're on that show, yeah. So you can see me and Dave doing comedy for February 18th. And then March 4th and 5th, I'm in Boston at Nick's. So if any of you are Bostonites, come out to those shows and go and check out The Swipe, the video, the sketch that debuted today. You could find it online.
Catalina's very upset that we're going to see Paul Lauren. She's dying.
Catalina, fly in. Dave needs someone to go with.
Yeah.
We have an extra ticket, Catalina.
I'm going to get a date, Alon. You'll see.
Sure.
I'm working
Blow
on
up doll.
Alon Altman, everybody. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Okay, bye.
All right. That's Alon. And yeah, he's going to be headlining at all these places. Very, very exciting. Brian, you don't see the Bengals as underdogs anymore. I agree. Yeah, right. They're America's new team. We didn't bother taking a break, Mike, because nobody cares, right? They didn't send us anything to break with, and what are you going to do? Is Jeff here yet?
Not yet.
All right, so we have some time before Jeff's going to come, and Jeff Ross is going to join us in a couple of minutes, just for a little bit, and we'll talk to him, and then Lacey is going to join us. Lacey, the football puppet, will join us. It's was asking before if we're going to have the puppets on. They will be here. So if Jeff remembers to come on, he will come on. Otherwise, we will move on, I suppose. Let's see. What is it that I want to do if Jeff isn't going to come? Where should I move to? Kind of want to get to the picks already. It's exciting. Yep, that's right. Puppets. That's what I do. Let me just take a sip of this because we didn't take a break today. What was I talking about, Mike? There was something. Oh, what's funny? Oh, two things. First of all,
He's here.
we're going to, what?
He's here.
Oh, he is?
Mhm.
Let's just bring him on. Jeff Ross, everybody, joining us from sunny LA.
Where am I? Here I am.
Hi.
How's this?
Who's there with you?
My friend
Hi. You told me you were going to be by yourself.
Eddie.
Hi, guys. Hey, Ed.
Hey, buddy.
I needed the
What's
full
up?
crew to download Google Chrome or whatever the fuck you made me do.
Everybody loves Google Chrome.
Everyone's talking about it.
Well, I'm just going to ask you right away, so I get it out of the way. Who do you like in the Super Bowl, Jeff?
All right, well, let's narrow it down. Who's in it? Who's in it?
The Los Angeles Rams against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I like the Los Angeles Rams.
Do you like them because you live there, or do you really like them?
Well, I live there. They've only been in LA a few years. They have a brand new stadium, and I'm going to root for the home team.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Ed, what about you? You like the Dolphins, so
I like the Dolphins, but I root for the Bengals to give me hope that the Dolphins will ever make it.
that's right. That's right. Exactly. Because yeah, well, that's why I wasn't sure. Do you root for when you're an AFC person? Do you root for whatever AFC team is in it, or do you go the opposite way?
I always root for the biggest loser.
Yep, that's what I do. That's why I'm a Jets fan. This is why if I have kids, I'm going to make sure that they are Yankees and Giants fans because I don't really know many successful Mets and Jets people. It's not a good way to grow up. Always losers. But once in a while, you can
Rooting for the Mets when they sucked, it gives you thick skin, gives you integrity.
Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, I guess. Jeff, you're starting off a big tour, a big speed roast tour, right?
I saw that. I like that they called it a speed roast tour, but
yeah, I just read it in the Post today. Jeff has been in the Post the last 3 weeks. I don't want to talk about the other thing that we talked about that they weren't supposed to talk about, but it was in the paper. Can I mention it?
No.
No? Okay. It's funny that it was already in the paper, but yes, I will not mention it. But Jeff they mentioned in the Post.
I have an upcoming project that they leaked, and I don't want to, that they think they know something about, but I don't want to ruin it.
Right. I understand, but it's with somebody great, and it's very exciting. And
every time I tell you a secret, it winds up in the New York Post. Why is that?
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's just something.
Yeah, that is interesting.
The secret shit about Bob Saget's funeral, then it was all over your podcast.
Oh, yeah, I didn't talk about anything that wasn't on Instagram already or anything.
I'm starting to think, yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I told you that John Mayer paid for Bob's body to be flown home, and then you put it on your podcast.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember that.
Twice on your podcast.
Oh, I didn't remember. I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that.
You didn't mention is that I paid for the Goodyear blimp to fly Louis Anderson's body home.
I love it. An exclusive. Well, yes, well, now I'll mention that this week. What are you gonna well, you're starting the tour in Miami and Palm Beach Improv, right? Next week.
Yeah. Well, I was in Salt Lake this past weekend, and that was fun. And now I'm going to Palm Beach to roast the tan Jews down there. And then I got a bunch of fun dates.
Yeah, I know. And then you were in Paris all like this past month, right?
That was really fun, Jessica. Have you ever been to Paris?
No, never.
I highly recommend it.
It looked amazing.
You would love it.
I just keep talking. First of all, I watch, Emily in Paris is my favorite show. So obviously I have to go there for that reason. But
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
It's great. It's really great. But I like, I've always wanted to go there, just eat.
I turned it on in Paris on my Netflix.
Yeah.
And I turned it off before she even got to Paris.
Really?
I watched this. I'm in Paris. I don't need to watch this right now.
I can't help it. I love that kind of stuff. But what I really want to do is just go there and eat. I mean, is the food as good as everybody says?
The food is better than I thought it was going to be. And even if you're just going to a fancy place like Angeline, it's amazing food, fancy, or you just getting a crepe off the street was amazing.
That's what I heard. I was just talking about that.
Yeah.
I always think about that line in Manhattan Murder Mysteries that Alan Alda says to Diane Keaton, and they're in the car together, and he goes, do you remember when we did that eating tour of France? That's only a line you're going to hear in a Woody Allen movie, and there was nothing even that was said afterwards, but I just couldn't. I'm like, wait a minute, you can go on an eating tour of France? That sounds unbelievable.
I could go on an eating tour of the Short Hills Mall if you want.
So can I.
Eating tour. You had me at eating tour.
I'm with that too. I totally understand. But yeah, I don't want to take up your time. I know how busy you are and everything. I just wanted to thank you.
What do you like for the Super Bowl?
We haven't decided yet. I think I like the Bangles. I like the Bangles. Or maybe, see, that's the thing. That's what I want with my heart. It's an exciting storyline. But I like that Joe Burrow. I rooted for him in college too, and he's manly. He's cool. Like I remember when he won the Heisman, I was like, boy, this guy's really. It was so funny when he won the Heisman. He was talking to his parents and thanking them, and he was perfectly fine, and he never broke down. And then when he's talking about his coach, remember that guy from The Blind Side? You're like, man, you go to a restaurant out there, you're gonna have the best ribs you ever had. That guy, when he started talking about him, he broke down. It was just so weird. You talk about your parents, you think that's going to be the one, but he liked his coach so much, and that's the only time. But this guy's cool as a cucumber, and seems like he's the real deal. So he'll be around for a long time. It's exciting.
Yep.
And it's not like Cincinnati's been winning, so it's kind of cool.
That is a nice place, but I got to go with L.A. The new stadium. There's a good vibe here.
Yeah, you were at one of the games recent, like one of the Sunday night games, right?
I think I popped into a SoFi Stadium game real quick one night. But I was only there for like 10 minutes.
And it's a nice stadium, though, right?
Beautiful stadium.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Oh, Elizabeth said she'd like to see your dog.
Nipsey, come here, Nips. Come here, Nipsey.
Oh, perfect. Liz, see, we hooked it up for you.
Who's this good? Who's this good girl?
Wow, on command.
She came right over.
Yeah.
Here's Rambo, Ed's dog.
We were just talking about the Puppy Bowl.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting eaten alive over here. You want to play? It's that time of day where if I don't take her out, she's like,
yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for stopping by. Jeff's going to be at the Palm Beach Improv February 18th through the 20th, and the Brea Improv right back in more closer to where you live on Friday and Saturday, March 4th and 5th.
But I'm always a New Yorker at home, Jusco.
You're always in New York or at home?
In my heart. In my heart.
I know that. That's true.
That's what I meant.
But yeah, Jeff is the best, and his shows are amazing, and there's so much fun, and the speed roasting is So you would think for sure he had somebody whispering in his ear what to say, but when you see it live, it is really the shit.
I had a good one the other day. I said to some guy, he was like a hipster white guy with a beard, fat guy. I said, "You look like so dumb. You look like you accidentally stormed the Capitol Records building." Yeah.
You are the man.
Love you, Jusko.
I love you too. Jeff Ross, everybody. Jeff Ross. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much for coming in.
You got it.
Everybody loves your dog. Oh my God, I know. Isn't that fun when somebody has a live dog? What's better than that? God, that is so funny. And he wore orange pants and pit. Yeah, well, I'm always my mother would kill me if I wore what Jeff wore on stage. She'd be like, "That's the way you're gonna dress in front of all those people?" He doesn't care. And his shows are really that good. They're that good. They're so much fun. When he brings on those people on stage, you really would think they're plants, because they're right. Mike, you've seen him work, right? And plus, he's a really good comic too. Like I'd forgotten that he was also, because he does the roasting all the time. You forget he's a really good stand-up comic. That's how he started. So that, as you know, I was with him when he was opening for Chappelle at the Garden and everything, and he knows how to rock the room. Catalina, how dare you say Emily in Paris is problematic? That's going to be a problem for you and I. Is our puppet here yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Let's do. Why don't we go over the props? Okay. Does that sound good, Mike?
Sounds good.
And then we will bring on Lacey, and then we'll make the picks. So if everybody's good with that, we'll start here.
All right, here we go.
I think, can everybody see this? Yes? Right?
Yep.
All right. Let's see what we got. These are called props. They are these exotic bets you can make on the Super Bowl that a lot of them have nothing to do with the game itself, but it is a fun way to lose more money. One of the bets that I have been betting on for years is the length of the national anthem. And that is a true bet you can make anywhere. I've been making it for years. This woman, Mickey Guyton, is for some reason singing the national anthem. Whoever she is, she's a black country singer, and she's singing the national anthem. Now, you have the choice of over 1 minute and 35 seconds or under 1 minute and 35 seconds. Now, I will tell you this, that it's not rare for the national anthem to go on forever. But I will tell you these things. Many times when they have, I'm just going to say it, a black singer, it does tend to go longer. This is just my statistics. So I will tell you that when this woman, Mickey Guyton, when she sang "Oh Holy Night," she went just "Oh Holy Night," that Christmas song. She went 5 minutes and 7 seconds. And if you look at Carrie Underwood's and Mariah Carey's, they go a 30 seconds less than that. So, and that makes me say she's going over. Mike?
I'm going over. Yeah.
I think you have to. Yeah, and Anonymous says country singers also go longer. Right. That's true. So, yeah, Carrie Underwood only went 4:41. This woman went 5:07. The audience is saying over. We're all in on the over. Here's the coin toss, which I created. I believe I created this in the very early 90s. They did not have it. And when I was working for the illegal bookmaker, I was the one who said we should have a prop for the coin toss. I believe I started the phenomenon of the coin toss. You're welcome, America. Elizabeth says way over. I am in agreement. I think we're going to win a lot of money on that. Here's the coin toss. There's obviously only two choices, heads and tails. I always pick tails because every couple of years now I'm not betting on that anymore because what I've found is that whenever I bet it, when I win, I lose every other bet. and I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a great day. And then when I lose, it works. So I'm not going to do it. Mike, what do you think?
I'm going heads.
The chat room is going heads, and we will tally these up next week. See how we did. Which quarterback will be shown during the national anthem? Which is so funny that Catalina said she's never heard the U.S. national anthem. That's hilarious. Will it be the very handsome Joe Burrow, or the whoever the other guy, Matt Stafford? Not so handsome. I say they go to Joe Burrow because it's very exciting, and I think there's more of a backstory for him. Although they could go with Matt Stafford because he switched teams. I'm going to say they go to Joe Burrow first, and this is what they show on television. That's, whoever they show on television first during the national anthem. Mike, what do you think?
I think they're going to go Stafford first.
Why do you think that?
Because the other one's better looking. And then
So
a
you
high
think
note.
they go with the ugly guy first?
They're going to go ugly guy and then switch over to Joe.
Interesting. What's the chat room saying?
Joe.
Yep. I'm with you guys. And first scoring play, will it be a touchdown or a field goal? Although I always like betting for the over and touchdowns in the Super Bowl, most of the time it is a field goal. It's where people are getting going, there's a lot of nerves, So, Mike, what do you think?
I'm going to go touchdown. I'd like to. That's what I want to see.
Nice. Right.
I'm also going to say my answer.
What's the chat room saying? Well, they haven't decided yet, but it's a tough one. Oh, field goal. Yeah. Marcy, you need touchdown.
Field goal.
Marcy's. I see 2.
Yeah, they're going field goal.
And here's the first offensive play of the game. The question is, will it be a rush or a pass? But you see, I'm taking the pass because not only do you get money, you get extra money. If you put up $100, you get $118. But I like, a lot of times, like I said, they just give the ball to somebody to rush because they want to get it off the way. I say you go for it. I say that if the Bengals get the ball first, I say they go for it. I say if the Rams get the ball first, they'll probably rush it. What do you think, Mike?
I'm going to go pass as well.
And is there 50-50 or?
So far.
I will pick, we picked Marcy, so I'll pick rush before. So what will Eminem's first song be? This is a true bet that you can make. Our choices are, there's 3 or 4 or 5 choices, but the main 2 is either going to be Lose Yourself or My Name Is. And you get plus money if he does these songs. So I'm going to go Lose Yourself, and I have no issues with that whatsoever, and I think we can make a lot of money by being Lose Yourself. Of course, he could.
He's not going to do My Name Is at all.
You don't think he'll do it at all?
No.
So what do you think you think he'll do any of those songs?
Possibly Lose Yourself, but I don't think he'll do that one either. But if he's going to do either of these, he'll do Lose Yourself.
Okay. And yeah, right. Slim Shady is an option. I just didn't think he would do it first. But I see everybody saying Lose Yourself. So let's say that's what it is. Who will have more? These are like my favorite things. Steph Curry in points. I think they're playing the Lakers either the day before or that day. Or Bengals points. Steph Curry usually scores about 27 points a game. Will the Bengals score more? It's a good question. This is one of my favorite bets of all time. The combination you two do with Michael Jordan and the points in the game. With Michael Jordan, you could do it where they had the combined score. Where you get the total, 50 points. This is a tough one. But if I think the Bengals are going to win, then I'm going to say the Bengals have more points. Mike?
I agree with that. I think the Bengals are going to win and have more points.
Yeah, I know, Catalina. I know you have no idea how football points work. It's like you get 7 if you score a touchdown, or 6. It's too hard to. I'll explain it to you another time. I like that Liz says Curry, so I like that there's a difference. Yeah, see, and Catalina likes Curry too. Who doesn't? And now, who will have more? The Ottawa Senators and the Washington Capital goals combined, or Bengals and Rams touchdowns combined. The last time the Senators and Capitals got together, there were 12 goals scored. I don't think there will be 12 touchdowns, but I think there could be 8 touchdowns. You know what? I'm going to say I'm going to go with the hockey goals.
I think me too.
It's a tough one. I see the chat room is going Bengals Rams. What a great game that would be. God, I hope that happens, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Everybody, that's all anybody wants. And
Real
then the
shootout.
most important question. What color Gatorade does the winning coach get squirted with? Orange, lime, green, or yellow? Clear or water? Blue, red, or everybody's favorite, purple? As you can see, that is Pete Carroll when the Seahawks won, getting sprayed by orange. Orange is the favorite. Last year I think I picked red because I thought the Chiefs were going to win, but apparently the color has nothing to do with the uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say orange.
You're going to say orange?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going between actually clear and I'll pick orange too. God damn it. I see everybody picking blue. I like that. I'm going to go with the chat room picking blue. What did I do? Right? That's this one, right? Yes. I like it. I see Liz is picking orange though, but I saw the majority picking blue. And I think this is the last one. Who will the MVP thank first? That would be the person who wins the most valuable player. I guess I'm telling Catalina. Could be Joe Burrow. Could be a quarterback. Could be a wide receiver. The question is, will they thank the city they play for? Because you could see Joe Burrow thanking the city of Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Will they thank their team? Or will they thank God? Interesting. The question is, who do we think will be the MVP? If indeed I'm thinking Joe Burrow might become the MVP, I'm going to say he's going to go with the city first. Mike?
God. I'm going to go with God.
You're going to go with God? And I see that, they're saying Jesus, but we're counting that as the same thing. A wife. Oh, Aunt Judy said, that's good. That's good. Does Joe Burrow married? I don't think he's married.
But so the other ones are married.
Yeah, that's true. What is everybody saying? I see God.
They're saying God.
Oh, they're all saying God. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, that's it.
All right. And our new friend is here.
All right. Let's bring in Lacey to help us make the picks. Oh, hello, Lacey.
Hello.
Oh, you're wearing a mask.
Well, I want to be responsible, There's a virus happening. A virus. Anyway, nice to be. It's been a long time since I've seen you, David.
I know. I love that.
Yeah.
We're always wondering why Lacey had a British accent.
I've been wondering that too myself. I've been following the rugby scores, and I'm very ready to give you some predictions about this weekend's games. Yeah.
Well, there's only one game.
No, rugby, you see. Wales versus Scotland.
Yeah, we're not going to pick those.
Oh.
Does that ruin your whole thing?
Oh, well, never mind. That's okay. I like what you Yanks do. I saw you were talking about the Eminem. Yes.
We were wondering about the first song.
Yeah, Eminem. I think it'll be a green Eminem, not a red one.
No. See, Eminem is a singer. He's he's like a rapper.
Yes. Without me. Without a doubt, it's without me.
Yeah, that's another. That was a choice that we didn't have. So you know your stuff. I see you have a lot of old vinyls behind you, actually.
Oh
so.
yes, I'm a DJ when I'm not being a football. Yeah.
My favorite is Mike. He put up Catalina's comment. This is the best. What the?
Oh, that's what I thought too.
That's hilarious. All right. Well, Lacey, thank you for joining us. Let's make the picks for the Super Bowl after how many weeks was it, Mike? A lot.
Oh, yeah.
24, 25 weeks.
Here we go.
I'm sharing the screen.
Oh no.
Let's make the picks. You, me, Lacey, the chat room. Catalina says Chilean soccer teams are also playing this Sunday. Lacey, do you know anything about that?
Yes, it's football teams, but yes, it's true. I get confused. You say football, I always think the soccer thing. It's very confusing. But yes. Yes.
Well, all right. Here we go. All right, we have the Rams are favored by 4 points. I'm very nervous about this because my heart wants the Bengals to win. I guess mostly because Marcy has just all year long has just been like Bengals, Bengals, Bengals. The fact that they made it this far, it's like hard to bet against them. I don't care for the Rams. I don't think anybody cares for the Rams. I like that Joe Burrow. And think about this. If the Bengals did win, Joe Burrow would have this hat trick of winning the Heisman, the national title, and the Super Bowl. It's never been done before. And he'd be doing it in like a 3-year period. I not only think I'm going to take the Bengals plus the points, but I'm going to take them to win on the money line. I'm going to take the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. What do you think of that, Lacey?
I agree. I like the Bengals.
You do? Should I put you in?
Please do. Boomer is going to take them all the way.
No, Boomer doesn't play anymore.
Well, anyway, I like the Bengals. Yes, for sure.
Boomer Esiason hasn't played since the 1980s. Where are you getting your information from?
Well, I look up the interweb and I Googled Boom. It doesn't matter. I'm with you on the Bengals. Yes.
Marcy, you're picking the Bengals? Whatever. Mike, what are you doing? What are you going to do?
Bengals.
Bengals. Any particular reason, or we've all been Marcied?
I think 100% that.
I think that's what it is for me too. Yeah. Oh, right, Marcy. That's right. He had knee surgery in the midst of that 3 years. What a story that would be, huh? I happen to know I had a breakfast with Nick today, and he said, and remember, he's a Chiefs fan, so he's mad at the Bengals, but he picked the Bengals.
Yes.
We are picking. The audience is all in on Marcy. I mean, how could we not be? How could we not be? Right? Would that be the worst thing I could do to anybody is pick the Rams for the audience after all these years? We know, what did Marina just pick? The Bengals, right? Yep. Marina picked the Bengals.
Football. I like that, Marina.
Elon picked the Bengals. Now, Greg Fitzsimmons picked the Rams, and by 7. He thinks they're going to cover. And Mike Vecchione picked the Rams by 10. Boo. Jeff picked the Rams, spread or not spread. Colin, we didn't get to talk to, and that's all it is. We made our picks. Most of us are picking the Bengals, except the 2 people that live in L.A., and for some reason, Mike Vecchione.
I'd like to know why the band playing during the mid-show isn't the Bangles, right?
Oh, my God. That would have been... Oh, I guess, well, you couldn't because it would be impartial. Or
come on.
Do I have that right?
I don't know. I was very excited to see Suzanne Hoffs.
Who wasn't? I would like to... Where's that time machine I was looking for, Catalina? I want to be... I want to see Suzanne Hoffs 1987.
That Channel 9 website.
That's what I've been working on for the past 20 years. Well, Lacey, I mean, I just cannot thank you enough for joining us today to help us make our picks. I mean, you have been a delight.
Thank you. Why do you have Pink Floyd behind you? What's going on with that?
Oh, nothing. That's the last poster I had up during the season, and I just kept it there. I was switching it every week during the season. Oh, my. Brian says, that puppet sounds like James Mason.
Ah, yes, my cousin. Yes. Thank you. He's a good man.
The kind of law you'd like to practice, of course, my friend. You're a very next row, Mr. Kaplan, and I assure you, you'll be most convincing.
I think you're making
That's
fun of me.
Catalina's favorite movie, North by Northwest.
Yes, it's a good one.
You play the role of many. You play the role. Now you play the role of the Madison Avenue businessman who's been accused of a crime he didn't commit.
I don't
that good?
understand what you're doing, but it's funny. You're a funny man.
I gotta say, Lacey, this is it's pretty funny.
It's
You're
like
on
you've
fire
never had
today.
a puppet on a show before. I don't understand. You
Yeah.
should be used to this by now, you know?
I know you would think, but we've never done it live, you know.
Oh, that's true.
But Lacey, I can't thank you enough for taking the time out and coming on today and helping us with the picks. Next year, you got to come on more often.
You know, I haven't done it. I haven't left this room in 2 years. I would be more than happy to.
Apparently, I mean, you're using a mask during a Zoom show. I mean, you are
I don't want
serious.
to get. You know, I'm just. I heard the virus can travel through the interweb, and I didn't want to get you sick.
Yeah, you have all your information incorrect. Like everything you've said today has been incorrect.
Oh, well, I don't know. I just read.
Can you
what
move those eyebrows?
Don't make me angry.
That was the best part.
I don't know if I'm being laughed at or with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, with. Definitely with.
Okay.
Lacey's full of hot air. Anything
Oh.
goes says. All right, Lacey, everybody. Lacey, thank you so much, Lacey. Thank you for coming
Can
on.
I say goodbye to Aunt Judy?
Of course.
Bye, Aunt Judy. I miss you.
Oh, that's nice. Mike, please end this segment. We have no, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you so much. That was fun. Yeah, no, it was fun. Yeah, it was good. It's unexpected. Listen, we're trying to kill 2 hours. You know, what do you want to do? I'm doing the best I can. All right. There's still plenty much to do. There's a half hour, and it's just you and me and Mikey.
Woo.
And that's the way we always like it. Now we are going to have some fun. I am going to share my screen again, and I am going to show you this next game that I have that I think everybody will like because it is absolutely hilarious. Okay. We were just talking about Eminem. As you know, the halftime show will have Eminem, Snoop Dogg. Who else, Mike?
I don't know. I haven't.
That's all I know
find
too.
out.
It's a bunch of rappers. And yeah, I don't know who else, but it's damn it. Is it Dr. Dre?
I would bet yes. Let me make sure.
I think it is. So it's a bunch of rappers. And oh, Catalina says Mike is great. Shout out to Mike. That's nice.
Thank you.
Well, the point is that the Super Bowl halftime show has always been a good time, but they really, let's go through the years and see who else has done. We know, that Jennifer Lopez and Shakira were on one year and all that kind of stuff. But when it first started, let's take a look a little through the years of who they've also had down the stretch during the halftime. This is the first Super Bowl ever. Rapper Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, along with Queen of Hip Hop Soul, Mary J. Blige, and joining Dre. Oh, I guess you must have pasted that in, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the Queen of Hip Hop Soul, Mary J. Blige. Okay, this is the first Super Bowl. You have to guess who they had at the first Super Bowl on January 5th, 1967. First Super Bowl ever. Was it the Doors? Was it Al Hurt? Exactly. Was it Jimi Hendrix? Or Miles Davis in 1967? Who performed at the halftime show in 1967? Mike,
Go with Al Hurt.
damn it. You knew that one right away, didn't you?
I was just guessing.
Well, you were right. Are you just picking the people that look a little like you? Well, good call. Good call. Yeah, I know. Elizabeth, you said Miles, right? That would be the obvious guess. Here's 1970. This is Super Bowl 4. So you figure by now, let's get it together. Here's who's available. Simon and Garfunkel. Perfect. Carol Channing. Johnny Cash. Or Al Hurt. This is Super Bowl 4. Anybody have a pick?
I'm gonna go with Al Hurt again. But...
Well, you would be correct, and adding Carol Channing. Yep, Barry, you thought Johnny Cash would be the guy, but nope. Carol Channing and Al Hurt. Well, let's move on. They must have figured it out by now. It's 1972. Now it's Super Bowl 6. The Super Bowl's become a thing. Here's who's available in 1972. Sammy Davis Jr. Well, I mean, if you're having these two on, why not Sammy Davis? He's the overall entertainer. Grand Funk Railroad in the 70s. The guy for the Beatles, that was like the Billy Preston. Great choice. Or Carol Channing.
I'm going to go with Carol Channing.
You're damn right. It's Carol Channing. These people, I don't know who the fuck.
I'm assuming by that time Al Hurt was dead. So
yeah, you'd think so. But let's stay tuned. Let's go to 1976, Super Bowl 10. 1976. Anonymous picked Carol Channing. You have the choice of the hottest band in the land, Wings, with Paul McCartney. Why not? Super Bowl's a huge thing now. Steelers Cowboys. I mean, big. This is Terry Bradshaw years. It's huge. Jackson Brown. He'd be perfect for the Super Bowl. Barry Corbin, Shields and Yarnell. I fucking love it. Marcia, I'm glad you think this is hilarious because I think this is hilarious too. Up with People, which it's already mentioned. Up the People, what is that? Nobody really knows. It's a bunch of singers that I don't know what the story is, but also ABBA. 1976, are you kidding me? Here are your choices. I think we all know where this is headed.
Up with People?
Oh, it's Up with People. God damn it. The NFL just doesn't get it, and they didn't get it for a long, long time. Up with People. 1976. Let's do it again. 1977, right? They get complaints. What are you doing with this halftime show? Now it's 77. Here are the choices. Jimmy Buffett. Perfect. Donna Summer. She's perfect for this. She's the hottest in disco. It's all happening. The New Mouseketeers. Or Andy Williams. What does everybody think is going to be?
Guessing Mouseketeers. That's my guess.
That's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. Yep. The fucking Mouseketeers. Can you goddamn believe it? They picked the New Mouseketeers.
Singing Al Hurt classics.
And look at this, Mike. Do you know who this is? That's Lisa Welchel from The Facts of Life.
Ah.
And her and the girl next to her, Julie something, they were in The Facts of Life. And then this girl, not only did her first gig was performing at the Super Bowl halftime show, and then she made a fortune. And still is on today. I think she's on MeTV at selling, I don't know, like eBay stuff. Like on TV though, still. She still looks good. She had darker hair though. Interesting. Now it's got to get better. It's 1978. The people are complaining. They're making fun of the choice. Right. Brian, you'd say Andy, right? All those, right? Everybody said nobody thought, well, there was one Mouseketeers. 1978, you have Debbie Boone. This makes perfect sense after what we just saw. She has the hottest song on the planet, You Light Up My Life. Huge song. Huge. Never heard from again after that, but this is the year. The Bee Gees. Right? Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. That is a perfect coupling for the Super Bowl. Or do you go with Al Hurt?
Oh, he's back.
He's back. Mike, what is happening?
People demanded it, Dave. They were, hey. It was the anniversary.
The anniversary of the 10-year anniversary. You got to have Al Hurt on again, blowing his trumpet. You got to be kidding me. You see who was available? What the fuck? They're so behind the times.
Apparently, it wasn't a big deal until like the 90s or late 80s.
Come on, man. This was the Super Bowl was still the shit. Here's the 49ers Bengals game that
I mean, the
Rachel
halftime
was
show.
referencing.
They wouldn't even show it, I think, a lot of times on TV.
Oh, the halftime show?
Apparently, yeah.
But by now it's the 80s. The 80s, 1982. You have the choice of Pat Benatar, who will hopefully get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. I'm going to be angry about that in a few weeks. The Go-Go's. Perfect. Perfect. Bring in the women, right? Something you got to do. Rod Stewart. Or Up With People.
Oh, Up With People for sure.
Oh, you got that right. It's fascinating. It's almost 20 years in, and they still never. Oh, you want to see my bar mitzvah outfit again? I know. Let's go back to 1977, Liz. It was an unbelievable outfit. 1986. Your choices could be Michael Jackson, right? Madonna, Whitney Houston, or Up With People.
Up With People.
I am not kidding you. This is messed up. What is the matter with the NFL? It's like a joke. Here we
Real
go.
quick, Al Hurt is the guy who originally performed the Green Hornet theme.
Right. That's in the Quentin Tarantino movie, I think. One of the
Kill Bill, yeah.
Yeah. That's where I knew it from. What are you saying, Catalina? Who gave an amazing show? Who's she talking about? Al Hurt? Maybe they should make fun of Al Hurt, which is hilarious if that's true. All right, so here we are in 1987. Your choice could be Aretha Franklin. Now that makes sense. Why wouldn't you have Aretha?
Yeah.
Right? Aretha Franklin. Up
That's
With
her at
People.
WrestleMania, I think.
How the fuck did you know that she was at WrestleMania in that picture?
That's the only time I recognize that shot. That's all.
That's so funny. I was going to talk about that. She had already played, for some reason, WrestleMania 3. Why not Super Bowl 2021? Your choices are Aretha Franklin, Up With People, George Burns, or Gladys Knight.
Up With People.
Is that everybody's choice? Does anybody else want to get in? Oh, wait. This is one where the Giants annihilated the Broncos. Was that Liz who said no one wanted to do it? I think that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who wouldn't want to do it right now. It's the biggest thing in the land. But yeah, it was fucking George Burns.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
What the hell? No, Aretha had to do WrestleMania 3. So she didn't have time to. What the hell is happening? 1988. Your choices. Paul Simon. He's got the biggest album on the planet, Graceland, right? His comeback. He's perfect for the Super Bowl. Public Enemy was available. If you want to get serious and make a really change, you know. Chubby Checker. I think you can see which way this is going. Or
The
you
Banana
too.
Splits.
That's right. Chubby Checker was known for one song and one song only, and that was 30 years before this show. And they had this to choose from, and they chose an old Chubby Checker.
To be fair, he also had "Let's Twist Again."
Yeah, you know what? I'd forgotten about that, Mike. So I guess he did his 2 songs, and then I guess he got out of there.
Yeah.
And I guess they went to commercial. Good night, everybody. And let's twist again. Maybe they came back after
wasn't it
commercial.
like a bunch
did
of
Let's
like
Twist Again.
marching bands and stuff like that.
Yeah, they
that
used to always
started?
have the stupid marching bands. Yeah, Grambling University. That's it. That's all I got. You believe that? You believe that? Well, I thought you might like that. I think we
That
went
was
through
fun.
everything, right? Yeah, that was fun, right?
That was great. I love
I
that.
saved the best for last. That was like the most fun. My Aunt Judy says, as the oldest person here, I'm seeing my whole life of entertainment in front of me. I know, right? Yeah, but bad entertainment, that's not your fault. All those other people were available. They chose. Oh, I know what we could do. We still have 10 minutes. Let's let me. I got some more funny stuff to show. I set up. I'm going to share my screen again, Mike.
All right.
Let me show you the rest of the slides I had. Part 2. I think you'll like it. Are we on with the sharing? Mike? Mike, where'd you go? Oh, your sound is off, but I can see that we are sharing. Okay. Something's wrong with your speaker. I assume everybody can hear me, though. Okay, so let's just show a couple of pictures and we'll call it a day. Because this is funny. This is a hotel that's calling the Lantern Dining Experience in Tokyo. They're doing this, and I think this is just the worst thing. Exactly, Elizabeth. This would suck. I do not want this experience if I'm going to be dining at a restaurant. No, thank you. I'd rather catch COVID and die. Now, don't get upset. This was the funeral a couple days ago in New York City for the police officer. Why does Dave Juskow have a problem with this photo? Because my parking garage is right here. And I apologize, but boy, this happens to me all the time. It's really annoying, but sorry about that. This is a Norwegian ski jumper, that's for the Olympics. And I just had no idea, when you watch these ski jumps, to know that they have to go down, I guess I'm out, is what I'm saying. What'd you say?
Oh my God, I didn't know that was possible.
That's what I'm saying. So I always thought I could just ski jump, because how hard is that, right? You just let it kind of take it. But if I have to lean down like that, no. Yes, now you know where I park. Yes, everybody knows I park on this block, and it sucks. Like nobody's mad at this except me. And of course, these are pelicans in Mexico. And what do I think of when I see these pelicans, Mike?
Build that wall.
What?
Nothing. Sorry.
What did you say?
I said, build that wall.
Oh. No, I think of this. Come on, pelicans, fly, little pelicans. Even though he's talking to flamingos, but, but he says, "Come on, little pelicans." This is an orange tree in Florida that has ice on it. What does this remind you of? Anybody in the chat room? It's the I know you know. Anybody know now? The cold winter hasn't affected the orange harvest. Nobody?
Trading places.
That's right. As soon as I saw that picture of the frozen orange, that's all I could think of. Oh, no! The cold winter might have affected the harvest for frozen concentrated orange juice. $1. This is Ashley Barty, and she won the Australian Open last week, and nobody cared less. No one cares. Nobody knows she did it, and whatever. But her name is Ashley Barty, and I thought maybe she was related to Billy Barty. She does look tiny there. Billy Barty, if you don't know, was a legendary little person. As you can see, there he is trying to make it with Hervé Villachez. Well, no, Carolina, you wouldn't know the reference to the orange. You have to see the movie Trading Places, and then you'll understand. I know we like the same movie, so you will like it. Trust me on that one.
It's a great movie.
Here's Mr. Rourke, and what is that? Red buttons and whatever. But here's also Billy Barty. He's in the costume. This is what they used to have to do to little people to get it work. He played Sigmund in Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, and then he also is in this costume here in a show called The Bugaloos. And I remember as a kid, he played Sparky the Firefly. This is Billy Barty's career. Now, the best part about The Bugaloos was this goddamn car when they were in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1969. That's the 1969 Bugaloos Buggy Buick.
And
pretty
next year
impressive,
they were in
right?
the Super Bowl halftime show.
Why weren't they? You know they suck. That girl was so hot. I just looked her up online to see what she looks like today. Not bad. Yeah, that's right. Jamie Lee Curtis goes topless in Trading Places. That's right. Oh my God. Was Eddie Murphy good in that movie? Eddie Murphy was the best in that movie. The best.
Mm-hmm.
He was amazing. Wait, it's the you haven't seen Trading Places? Are you kidding me? What? Mike, you know how good Trading Places is, right?
It's the best. It's still one of his best movies for both of those actors.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. It's so good. And you know what the worst part is? And I'm just going to say it. They use the N-word in it at one point, and they take it out on a lot of, channels when they're airing it. And it's important that it's kept in, because the problem is these two old men who are legendary actors from the 30s, Ralph Bellamy and Don Amici. They play these rich guys that are making a bet. It's an old school, tale. It's really great. They make this wager that they can change these two guys' lives. But the problem is you kind of like these two men because of what they're doing for Eddie Murphy, right, Mike?
Right.
So the key to the whole movie is them later using the N-word because we have to hate them. And that's how important it is, unfortunately.
Yes, that's how you know they're not good people.
Exactly. Otherwise
it's like they just messed over two rich old men for no reason.
Yeah, otherwise you'd feel sorry for them. And that's why it's important, unfortunately, to keep it in. You can't take it out of every movie when it, brings the point home, unfortunately. And I've seen them take it out. And I was wondering, I went to a drive-in over the summer, me and Rachel and her husband and Lacey, actually. And we were wondering if they were going to take it out at the drive-in, but they didn't. So that's good. Sometimes you just got to keep it in because it's important to realize how powerful it could be. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. I don't even like saying the N-word anymore. So
right.
Whatever. Anyway, it's important for character development. Excellent, Marcy. Marcy's the woman. I would say Marcy's the man, but she's not, right? Marcy's the woman. She's the woman of the hour. She's the woman of the week. This whole season is led up to Marcy's Bangles, as she has been all in. I mean, it is so strange that on this show, we have had, you don't need to see Sigmund and the Sea Monster, that we've had somebody in the chat room that is just this Bangles. I mean, what are the odds? Right. That you're like, I love my Bangles. And then they end up in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's really funny. And it's really great. And it's a great ending for hopefully what's going to be an amazing Super Bowl Sunday for you and all of us who are going to bet on the Bengals. I think I'm all in. I'm gonna bet that they're going to win. I don't know whether I'm going to take the point spread, Mike. I think I'm going to go all in. You get money for betting the Bengals to win it all.
I think they're going to win.
Norm Macdonald said that word was meant for at home around the dinner table with the family, not on camera or microphone. Yeah. Well, that's why we always wonder what. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, what'd you say, Mike? Yeah, you think they might win too, right?
I think they're going to win. Yes.
I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, you want it in my heart. I kind of want that to happen. You want to root for the underdog, and the Jets aren't in it, so who cares? But it's like the Rams might be put together for this, and it won't be sad if they lose because they are an underdog and they'll be back. Whereas I think if the Rams don't win it, they'll be back too. I don't know. I'm confused about all of it. Anyway, you guys, this has been so much fun. 2 hours, the big Super Bowl show. We're definitely coming back next week to talk about it. look at our stats, look at all the prop bets, and see what's happening. So don't forget to come back next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and join us again so we can all have this lovely time together. I'm so glad we have this time together just to have, we have to go. We have a hard out at 7:55. All right, everybody. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday.